Hey beautiful people, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by supporting your girl on this channel. So all credit goes to the creators in these videos. And guys, in today's video,
when people tell me that I have nothing to worry about because I'm an American citizen or that what's going on doesn't affect me personally, I think of my family. My dad was deported when I was 11, and it honestly felt like he died because he was just suddenly gone and there was no contact for a really long time, so he missed my life. I think of my Uncle Bethel, who died when I was 8. He had a head injury, went to the ER, was dismissed and not taken seriously because he was undocumented, and he was found dead the next morning. I think of my Uncle Silvano, who died because he had no access to insulin. I think of my Uncle Ruben, who was shot and drowned trying to cross the Rio. I think of my Uncle Andreas, who died alone without any of his family, overworking himself trying to get that better life in America. I've lost half of my family because they were trying to get that better life in America. The life that I'm able to have because sacrifices were made on both sides. This is just my father's side. My mother's side has even more. But it is personal for all of us because we all have stories like this. Our families all make sacrifices. We know that we're going to lose members of our family and never see them again. We know that they are going to be treated horribly, so they have to work harder than everybody else to be seen. This is personal. It's so fucking personal. And for everybody that says do it the legal way or that they deserve this, whatever, fuck you. You guys have no idea how long the process takes to become an American citizen, or how easily it can be completely thrown out the window. There's so many things that people don't even want to take the time to understand. But this is personal. It's personal for all of us.
Let's talk about what ICE raids are doing to our mental health, especially in Latinx communities. What's happening isn't just about immigration enforcement. It's about how fear lives in our bodies, how anxiety shapes our decisions. It's about collective trauma. Right now, I'm seeing people afraid to go outside, even to run errands or attend community events. People are staying home, canceling appointments, avoiding public spaces. Not because they're being paranoid, but because they're being cautious. Because they're seeing what happens when ICE shows up unannounced. I'm seeing clients with chronic anxiety, nightmares, and panic attacks, and survivors of past trauma re-traumatized. Children are absorbing fear that they can't fully process. Families are holding tension in their body every time a car slows down in front of their house. This isn't just about legal status, it's about safety. It's about dignity, about being able to exist without fear. And it's exhausting. If you've been feeling emotionally drained, hypervigilant, disconnected, or overwhelmed, you're not imagining it. You're not overreacting. This is a trauma response, and you're not alone. In moments like this, we need to come back to each other. We need to breathe, we need to rest, and we need to be witnessed. Because community care is how we survive. We resist, we protect, we grieve, we rise juntos.
I'm gonna use this comment as an example, okay? It's 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm gonna have a good ass workout after this, but I love my community. I adore my community. So I'm not afraid, nor am I nervous about going toe to toe with my community about uncomfortable conversations like this one. Let me first start out by saying that this is a Haitian issue. This is 1000% a Haitian problem. And if you don't think that it is, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Where have you been for the past century? Secondly, get uncomfortable with your thought process. Get uncomfortable with your mindsets. The ideas that you have, the ideologies that you share, think about them and get uncomfortable. Why is it that you believe in certain things? Why is it that you believe in certain principles, in certain rhetorics, in certain social terms and social norms? Because the truth is, yes, plenty of people are using this as a manipulation tactic to get people to go out there and help them. But the other truth is, and a lot of people have said this in my comments, well, Latin people have been anti-black towards Haitians. That's why I don't care. The same rhetoric is being used by black people to talk about why they don't want to help black immigrants either. And let me explain. While you have seen this problem as a black people versus, the mass majority of people who voted for Trump issue, there are other people who have seen this issue as an African American issue versus the world because, African Americans are often neglected by the world. But the principle to me is this. If anti-blackness is your soul, and this is important because it should be a standard, is your soul standard for deciding who to help out, for deciding what to believe in and what to fight for, then you shouldn't fight for anybody. Because the reason people are using the same narratives and rhetorics that you guys are using against Latin people, against you, is because there's a level of truth to it, and B, a certain amount of recognition for trauma shared within those communities. So while we're talking about Latinos being anti-black to Haitians, we can also talk about Haitians being anti-black to other communities, and then Haitians being anti-black to each other. Because frankly, anti-blackness exists in every community, and this does not mean that we dismiss it. Again, it should be a standard. You recognize it when it happens. But using this moment to separate Haitians from a movement that literally centers them is not going to happen for you. This idea that we survived ICE raids before is so ignorant. Many of you guys who are talking here have not seen the dire consequences of ICE raids. People who have come home to no parents. People who have come home to no children. People who lost their house, couldn't pay their mortgage because their partner has been taken out of the country. Not to mention the quality of those prisons, those detention centers that they're putting Haitians in. On another note, I looked at G's profile to see that you guys are very young. Some of you guys look younger than me. Some of you guys look about my age, and I'm 26. Y'all have never survived a dictatorship. The dictatorship in your home country had people running with no head. They were so afraid for their lives. Tonton Makuts were slaughtering people left and right. And you're talking about we survived this before. Now imagine Tonton Makut was a dictatorship in your own country. Imagine a dictatorship raised on white supremacy in a country where you are a foreigner. Not even a foreigner, because at least they respect that title. An illegal alien, where you are classified as a threat. A country where they have Nazi flags and people walking around telling you white power and white privilege exists. And you think the border stops for you at being Latina because you're not Latina, which again, you are. And bringing truth back to the Latin community's anti-blackness towards Haitians, I understand why Haitians don't want to associate themselves with that term or why they feel a certain way when people do. But you are, period. And that's fact, whether you want to admit it or not. Point of the matter is, a lot of you guys have a very surface level relationship with the politics, the social dynamics, and everything that affects your country and your relationship with America, as well as your relationship with a variety of other countries. Some of you know you have a good relationship with Poland and Colombia. Don't know why, don't know when, don't know what you did, don't know why for. Some of you guys know that you have issues with America. Don't know why, don't know when, but then there's Bush, but then there's Reagan and all these things. You guys don't have a fair amount of ideas to really fully form your ideologies, which is why they form on the backburn of trends like this. If I asked you why you don't like Latin people and what have Latin people did to you, you would give me an entire list, which is all valid. And then if I asked you, well, do you know throughout history how Latin people have helped the black community, especially the Haitian community in Mexico, you would have nothing to give me because you haven't had time to fully form your ideologies. But instead of doing that right now, because now is a good time to really educate yourself, you'd rather spread a narrative that leaves your people doomed. You have never survived a white supremacist dictatorship in a country where you are a foreigner and illegal alien. And second, and most importantly, you have not reaped the greatest consequences of what it means to be a Haitian immigrant in this country. If you're talking this boldly about how we survive ICE, I know you have not seen how ICE have destroyed Haitian families in Miami and in New York, but you will see very soon.
Latinos were there for Haitians? You're gonna gaslight us? You're gonna gaslight us? Okay, I'll bite. What has the Dominican Republic ever done for Haiti? What has Mexico holistically done for the people of Haiti? What has Cuba done for the people of Haiti? What has Puerto Rico done for the people of Haiti? Venezuela, Brazil, what has any other Latin country in the world done for Haiti? I'll tell you what Haiti done for Latin America. We whooped the white man's behind and became the first Latin American country. And got shitted on, crapped on, made fun of, said we eat dirt cookies, mud cookies, we eat cats and dogs. That was a lot of Latinos who did that. And mind you, most of y'all never considered Haitians Latino because we were too dark for y'all. So do not gaslight me and tell me that the majority of non-black Latino countries and other groups were always rocking with Haiti. That's a lie. Do not gaslight me, bro.